Welcome to the Nature's Wisdom podcast. I'm your host, Jessica Carmon, the founder of Resourced Apothecary. Resourced Apothecary offers accessible self-care practices, intuitively crafted herbal products, and handmade goods, all with the goal of connecting you to the deep well of your own intuition. It's time to rethink how you refill your cup. I have found that the natural world has wisdom to share if we are open to receive. I take special joy in translating that wisdom. Here in this podcast, Nature's Wisdom is delivered to you in the form of messages, medicines, and meditations. I share about the products I make and give guidance on using them to serve your very highest good. I am honored to share this space with you. Now let's get into today's topic.
Cleavers is a spring weed that has my heart. Its presence is light and fun, but also persistent. Let's go ahead and address this name, because when I first heard my favorite herbalists talking about cleavers, my brain tied in knots for a bit. Cleavers is the singular name, so the S is always at the end, singular or plural. Crazy, right? Okay, I had to get that out of the way. Cleavers is a fun, interactive plant because the tiny hairs all over the leaves and stems give it an overall Velcro effect. It will cling to your clothes, but it's not sharp or prickly. One of my teachers, Saja Popham, talks about how that clingy signature translates to the type of person or emotional state that cleavers can help. I love that connection. And you'll see in the following conversation with Cleavers that he's got a much broader message and gift to share. I call on my source, my angels and my guides, and the spirit of Cleavers to begin the conversation. Hello, Cleavers! Thank you for coming to me. It is an honor to work with you again this year. Today in meditation, I felt you telling me that you energetically repair the soil of the body. You showed me that even though I know not to bury or hold my feelings and those of others in my body, it is still somewhat of a graveyard. I felt you offer to come in and clear the soil, rejuvenate it, to carry the energy of being a graveyard out of my being and to create a fertile soil of possibility in me. Cleavers answers, yes, I did. I'm glad you got all of that. You humans often expect change to be immediate, and while the awareness can change immediately, there may be, and most often is, work to be done to both clean up and then properly prepare your body, your energy, your being for a different reality. You talk about having this big breakthrough and then everything being the same. Well, yeah, you cleared the energy, but did you then do the work to prepare the space for a new reality? Did you offer your inner landscape the time and devotion of clearing and rejuvenating? Did you do this until you were sure that you were prepared for something different, something better? You know me as a mover of physical lymph in the body. You know my body as nature's Velcro. Now let's apply these physical signatures to the energy body. If you see your energy body as an inner landscape, this metaphor will make sense. When it is time to remove a certain plant or object from the landscape, we remove it. Often you humans are perturbed to find that the plant regrows or more objects or beings find their way to that spot. I'm here to show you, you aren't finished. Removal is step one. Next, repair. Start with questions. Why was the undesired plant or object there in the first place? What made the landscape hospitable to that situation? How can you amend the landscape to make it hospitable to your optimal situation? Are better boundaries needed? Is rejuvenation needed? If you work with me, I'll show you, and we can walk through preparing your inner landscape to hold the desired or higher vibration. It doesn't have to be hard. In fact, the hard part is usually when you rid yourself of the undesirable. I'm working with you in a slow and steady way, healing and repairing. Big, powerful work that is subtle until you see the finished product. I reply, that is beautiful. Thank you. I know for sure that I rush from one big aha moment to the next without much thought of how to really integrate big changes in my body or my field. I guess I kind of assumed that the big transformation was just that, and it was a complete experience. I know you as a springtime plant, but get the feeling that you are offering to do this work anytime. Is that so? Cleavers says, yes. Nature's cycles are much more predictable than humans at this time. In winter, nature lets everything that needs to die do so. Breaking down begins. In the transition from winter to spring, there is work to be done. With the right preparation, death and ending can be a fertile field for birth and beginning. We mustn't forget that very important preparation. While all of us, meaning the plants, wish humans would follow nature's cycles more closely, we are happy to work with you in your own cyclical process. You've created, or interpreted more accurately, ways to preserve the bodies of plants so that you'll have us when you need us. Use that tool, that skill set, to your advantage. Thank you, I say. I have worked with you in fresh preparations and would like to continue to do so. How would you like me to preserve you in order to work with you in other seasons? Tincture and vinegar, used interchangeably or very potent together. There's a physical aspect to my medicine, and I want that reflected in how you work with me. I'm always available for spirit journeying, but make sure you work with me physically for at least 21 days at a time, Cleavers states. Thank you. I want to clarify. Do you want me to combine the finished vinegar and tincture? I asked. No, 2 different products that can be taken together or as a part of the same protocol if desired. Not necessary though. One will be enough for many people, Cleavers answers. Thank you so much, Cleavers. I'm excited to work with your medicine and follow your lead in cleaning up my own inner landscape. And I close the exchange by thanking my angels and guides and Cleavers. If you've been listening to this podcast for a while, you know I don't usually detail the guidance on plant preparations I receive. Mainly because I'm centering the medicine of these plant spirit messages, and because I understand that not everyone is in a space where they can just gather up plants and start making medicines safely. But here are the 2 truths I'm holding right now. On the one hand, making safe and effective plant medicine is an art and a science. We are in community with people who devote their lives to this process and make their living by sharing their preparations with us. It is no secret that I am a big proponent of working with your local herbalist. And on the other hand, we are nature. We do not inherently need gatekeepers to the plants around us. The human experience is not meant to be separate from the rest of nature. We are connected to these plants, fungi, and fauna. Where I live in the southeastern United States, Zone 7B, if you want to get technical, Cleavers grows everywhere, all around. There are certain plants that I feel are drawing each of us into personal relationship, and Cleavers is near the top of that list. So, what do I do with these two truths? Well, I share the wisdom that's been shared with me, and I remind you that you are a powerful, sovereign being. Do you feel called to work with Cleavers? If yes, do it. Do you feel like you'd rather work with a professional? Yeah? Then do it. Do you feel like you want to learn to identify Cleavers and go into your backyard or the nearest chemical-free natural space around you and connect directly? Do it. Remember to be respectful of Cleavers, of the space around you, and of yourself. Don't rush into relationship with Cleavers if you've never worked with Cleavers before. Take the time to get to know him. Sit with the plant. Observe. Then honor what comes through for you. There are so many wonderful teachers out there. Just never forget the plants themselves when you are looking for guidance and wisdom. Big love, my friend.
Thank you for joining me this week on the Nature's Wisdom podcast. Please be sure to visit www.resourcedapothecary.com to access the meditation library, to get products to support you on your self-care journey, and to schedule energy work with me. This podcast is just the beginning of the powerful work we can do together. You can join me in groups, or we can work together one-on-one. When you'd like support to get through specific challenges, or when you'd just like me to hold the pitcher while we refill your cup together. When you visit the website, be sure to sign up for the newsletter and to subscribe to this podcast in your favorite podcast player. Reach out to me via email or on Instagram and let me know how you'd like to be further supported. You, my friend, are a powerful, capable human being, and with the right resources, there is no limit to what you can do.